What is your opinion of the implementation of the 2024 budget so far?
Well, so far so good, to the extent that the recurrent leg, of the recurrent side of the 2024 Appropriation Act is still being implemented as appropriate. The assumption actually is that the recurrent side of the budget is usually implemented 100%, because that is what attend to salaries, wages, pensions, allowances, and all that. So the major concern would be to what extent are the capital side, of the budget implemented. And by the way, we need to also put it properly to note that we have a supplementary budget during the year, 28, a total of 28.77 trillion was first budgeted for and appropriated, signed into law by the President in January 2024. And that by July, a supplementary budget was also approved by the National Assembly, I think up to 6.2 trillion. That budget had a component of 3.2 trillion for capital expenditure and 3 trillion for recurrent expenditure. It actually directly addressed the issues of the new minimum wage, that was not part of the initial 2024 budget. So essentially, what that comes to actually is that you had a lower percentage of budgetary allocation to capital expenditure, which most of us, usually stand by, because that is the aspect of the budget that usually impact the totality of the Nigerian people. That's the aspect of the budget that provides roads. It's the aspect of the budget that enhances power supply. Part of the budget that you are sure that transportation will be available and all that. So when you have a lower percentage of the budget committed to capital expenditure, there's a little worry. Now, if you're in 2024, the largest single item, budgetary allocation was for debt servicing at 8.2 trillion thereabouts. And then you now have infrastructure and power and all that at 1.9. That's at the 1.9 trillion. Education had 2.03 trillion. Health had 1.4 trillion. So when you are talking about sectoral allocation, you really are not too excited, because again, you have this low allocation to these sectors that are supposed to be critical in the development of the country. But thankfully, I think with the changing model that we are having now, and that is what is reflecting in the 2025 budget as proposed. Now, from 18.3 trillion total revenue projected, we are talking now for 2025 with 0.6 trillion thereabout revenue projected in 2025. So it does mean that there's a quantum leap in the thinking of projected revenue. And I am expecting, of course, that there will be a higher allocation, to capital expenditure in the 2025 budget as soon as that will be soon revealed or unveiled in the National Assembly by the President.